All right, everybody, this is Krezik, and I am a Sky Captain today. Your Sky Captain Krezik. Playing a little bit of choppiness. I'm running this on extremely high quality, maximum settings, high def. We'll see if that works out. It looks beautiful. The World of Tanks came out first from wargaming.net, and this was its next title, its successor, as far as I know, in the World War II genre. They seem to stick with that theme. A lot of people like the historical aspects and sort of realism they're really going for. And you can turn a lot of the HUD elements off if you're a really good pilot. You can also use, I believe, a HOTAS system. And for those of you not familiar with that, it's where you have two separated controls and you keep your hands on them at all times, and you have one that's for throttle and everything else. It's like a throttle lever. You can cut back the power of the engines and thrust forward. Some people use them in games like Elite Dangerous, things like that too, but they were really common in flight simulators mostly, I believe, and I would love to have one. But I do have you can play this with an Xbox controller quite well. You can also play it with I have a Logitech Extreme 3D joystick, I believe it is. It's got buttons all over the place, and it's got, besides your normal axis, it's got twist angles and everything, which you could assign to, say, the rudder of the plane, or the ailerons and all that stuff. It gets pretty detailed, but we're just gonna go with basic mouse and keyboard and see what happens with these. I embarrassed myself a little bit in the tank video, although we did win. We won the second one, but we played and had fun. That was the important thing. These games do have competitive scenes to them and elements where you can get on a team and such. They're not as publicized as other games may be, like Overwatch, how they're trying to get a competitive scene in. League of Legends, the totally different genres, I know, all around. But these things are not really mainstream esports, but they do have a competitive bracket for really hardcore people, which isn't me right now. I'm just a casual player. I've gotten these leveled up over time. It does take quite a bit of time to level these up, and I suspect that the time it takes to level them up has something to do with the microtransaction part of this, which you can level them up faster if you pay, but that's how most free-to-play games are. You can get this free and do everything in it free, but there are a few cosmetic things you can't do for free and stuff like that. I could do a custom paint job on this plane with decals and everything if I chose to, but I just leave them like they are. They're nice little planes. They come from all different countries. They have a very wide range. Let's see here. We've got in the tech trees. We've got USA, USSR, Germany, Japan, UK, China, and France. Ooh, they add one French plane on premium, but that's a good sign. Sometimes they expand after they get a premium one out for the country. I would suspect that's coming, maybe for China too. I don't know. Maybe there's legal things going on too that they can't do certain things, but there are always ones you can buy with gold. These, like here, and you know, they have these icons on them and everything. Elite aircraft that are higher tier. You can see the tier goes all the way up here to X. And I'm not a X kind of guy. I I was happy to stay lower, but it gets much more difficult when you're playing against lots of other players. And the US lineup is just, it's a lot of them. But I don't know, I tend to go with some fast flyers. I've been enjoying the Russian, Japanese, and British fighters. British fighters are pretty darn versatile, but you got light fighters, heavy bomber fighters, and there's lots of ways to win a map. You can destroy everything on the map and gain supremacy, which is you get points for shooting down aircraft, yes, but you don't necessarily have to shoot down all the aircraft. If you can hide and you're good, and you have some people that have aircraft designed to attack ground targets, such as this beauty here, which no bombs, but it has an array of machine guns hidden in the wings that you let loose with this puppy and they know it. Or you got this one that has some pretty big guns, but it carries some massive bombs too. And part of that affects the flight physics. The weight of the bombs is calculated in, and I find that pretty fascinating because one of the strategies with this type of aircraft is not to go directly into aerial combat. It's to take out a few points of interest or anti-aircraft facilities on the ground from high altitude, and then so you dump the weight off, and then the plane maneuvers much better after you get rid of the weight of the bombs. After you've dropped your bombs, get out and just wreck everybody else, protect people. Now, a lot of people will fly directly at you and hope that their plane can beat yours as far as hit points goes, but that doesn't... I hate it when it happens. You're probably gonna see it, but I guess it's an effective strategy. Sometimes you both die, sometimes one of you dies, and there are also different ammo types. As you can imagine, firing on a plane is not good, and so there's fire suppression systems you can get that are in the forms of fire extinguishers, basically. This one happens to have a rear gunner. I believe it's a 50 cal gunner on the back. You can upgrade your planes fairly nicely with all this stuff here. Like, I could get them a better canopy, but I need 7,200. Oh no, well, that's the worst one. I already upgraded it. Haha. But I could upgrade the guns from 220 millimeter to 220 millimeter, but they fire differently. They act differently. I don't know. There are some people that I've talked to before that can tell you everything about the guns and where they're mounted, if they're synchronized with the propeller or not, if they're off on the wings, where they're all mounted. It's kind of crazy. And the engine, you'll see some engine things and everything, but instead of talking about all these beautiful planes, let's just get down into it and fly one and see what happens. So we'll try to get into a game right now and see what happens. Oh boy, are things happening? I think things might be happening. We're loading into the harbor. Okay, now, takes a little bit, but you can get hints, or you can compare your plane with another one. You can compare it with an enemy. See how you match up. It's like, oh, would it be a good idea to take that guy on, this guy, maybe. And it's beautiful. Let's go. If you're able to play without the HUD elements, it is really a beautiful game. Now we want to climb because we're a fighter and we want to stay high. So usually the first thing I do is climb. And we have bogeys. Oh, we're having to.
The engine has overheated.
Ha ha! Nailed it.
The weapons have overheated.
Oh, one. Oh, somebody stole that other kill from us, technically. Woo! You can be a lot more aerobatic with the stick, but this is mouse and keyboard combat, which is amazing to me.
The engine has overheated.
That was a nifty little maneuver. We went up over and cut the engines so that we could bring our gun sights back on them quicker. Because in these kind of planes, you don't have targeting systems, really. I mean, yeah, they have the helper reticle things, but... Now let's see, where... We need to stick together, us three. I think they're hurting. There's 4 of us, actually. Now, the little swords on the map in the lower right are our positions being attacked. So they can try to gain supremacy. And we have supremacy right now. Or no, now they do. I'm gonna see what I can do about this situation over here. Because we can't let them win. Oh, this guy's one you don't want to be in front of. You want to attack from above, dive bomb it, and you don't want to really stay behind it either. Because it's got a rear gunner. Give me... Oh, yeah. We gotta make sure not to hit our guys. Woo! Oh! 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 Oh, and I believe he's angry. Woo-hoo! Ah. No, I'm not. I got perfect control of this aircraft. Let's get another.
The engine has overheated.
Engine overheated. No, no, no. This is the last guy. If I can take him out, it's GG. We're going home, boys! Victorious! That, I believe, was not a bad little fight. I think that shows off a bit of it. I mean, I could show you more. You can fly deep and low in the valleys, and that's usually where a lot of heavier aircraft have to maneuver through all kinds of alleys and obstacles so that people can't keep on their tail while their rear gunner whittles them down. So never follow someone doing that in a big aircraft. And we got an assist point, 2 aircrafts destroyed, and we did shoot to thrill. Yeah, completed mission. Well, they do have missions that give you more XP. Awesome. And, wow, we did damage. Kill. Assist. I mean, that was best battle I've had in a while, and I haven't practiced in a while. So maybe I should play this more. Let me know if you like it. Down in the below, down there, the downstairs basement of the screen, you may see a little description I put together and a link or two. And I sometimes put some random links and stuff like that, or copyright information, etc., the boring stuff. But sometimes I might put something exciting down there. You never know. So it can get wordy, but it's worth a read. And if you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more of this kind of combat, the aerial combat. And if you want me to get really deep into it, let me know. Comment and tell me. Say, hey, I want to see all the ins and outs. And even if I don't know them, I'll learn them. That's how much good guy I am, I guess. So I hope you had a great time flying the friendly skies. Please subscribe to the channel, like, or just watch the whole thing to the very, very end. Helps a lot, all of it. And I think that's about it for the rambling. So remember to explore the skies, create some things in the clouds, survive the journey, and play. Most important.